Masoala port is located on the northernmost part of the Antogil Bay, situated at the mouth of the river Antanambalana. Approximately a 2-hour trip from here, natural treasures of a stunning beauty are hidden, which were available in the past for no one else but the pirates. The northeastern part of Madagascar, on the Masoala Peninsula, the island's largest nature conservation area of 410,000 hectares, which was formed in 1997 and together with 5 other national parks, collectively called Atsinanana Rainforests, became a World Heritage Site in 2007. The peninsula is the country's wettest area. The annual rainfall exceeds 5,000 millimeters. It is best to visit here between September and December, when it usually rains at night, is warm during the day and the sun is shining. However, it is advisable to avoid the cyclone season, which lasts from January to March. This place gives home to the largest lowland rainforest in Madagascar. In some places it forms a coherent blanket to the azure waters of Antogil Bay, where from June to September humpback whales dwell. The bay's warm, sheltered waters are ideal for those wonderful marine mammals to mate and reproduce. Some estimates suggest that 50% of the island's marine life lives here. The marine reserves, as part of Masoala National Park, the western Tampolo, the southern Ambo-Delatri and the eastern Ifaho, are Madagascar's most interesting marine zones and are ideal for kayaking and scuba diving. The marine enthusiasts will not be disappointed. Besides whales and corals, sea cucumbers, sea turtles, dolphins, and nearly 100 species of fish are waiting for them. Untouched beaches, rugged with the black rocks and the golden sand, and the ocean's beautiful, warm waves are worth mentioning. Without exaggeration, it gives the visitor the feeling of a tropical Garden of Eden. This good-looking humpbacked ungulate is zebu, a typical beast of burden here. Its milk and meat is an important food source for residents. Its skin and horn are good for making everyday objects. On the Earth, along the equator, rainforests evolved 60 million years ago, but unfortunately their territory is getting smaller and smaller. Due to the Ice Age, climate change and the destructive activities of man, only about 4 to 8 million square kilometres of rainforest are left today. 85% of the island's natural forest cover has now been lost, mainly as a result of logging and burning methods of agriculture. Eastern Madagascar is covered by one of 3 main types of rainforests, the evergreen tropical rainforest. Here there are practically no seasons, the temperature is constantly between 25 and 27 Celsius, and due to the enormous rainfall, the humidity here is very high. For this reason, the plants are evergreen, although there is abscission. Flowering and fruit maturity are also continuous here. We can distinguish between primary or completely intact and secondary rainforests, which grow in formerly cleared areas. A rainforest is typically divided into layers based on the height of the forest plants, between which there are no clear dividing lines. They are often confluent. The upper emergent level is composed of giant trees, so-called emergents, which can reach up to 50 to 60 meters in height. Their huge trunks can be up to 5 meters in diameter near the ground. In the middle level, the canopies of the normal-sized trees form an almost completely closed cover in a 14 to 45 meter height from the ground. This level is home to the 2/3 of the tropical rainforest plants and animals. In both canopy levels, epiphytic plants can be found, which are rooted in the ground, but climb to the air clinging on trunks of other trees. Parasitic plants, however, occupy tree trunks, branches or canopies and use nutrients and water found here. Very little light reaches the bottom layer of the forest, so under the canopies the forest floor is in permanent semi-darkness. Here, only a few plants can live, such as ferns and fungi, which are adapted to low light, and fauna is represented by invertebrates, mainly insects. In the rainforest, moss can be found at all levels. They have an important role in water storage and continuous moisture supply. The scientists believe that about 70% of the population of the Earth's fauna and flora live in tropical rainforests. The reason for the large number of species is still not known for sure. One assumption is that at the place of former rainforests, which disappeared during the Ice Age, some creatures remained and weren't wiped out completely. So, in isolated areas, new plant and animal species could evolve. Then, after global warming, when the forests extended again, they adopted the renewed organisms. The rainforest species usually occur only in a small area and are not found anywhere else in the world. Their habitat is sometimes only a few hundred meters square, which means that the destruction of a very small area of rainforest can delete 1 or 2 species forever from the Earth. It has only recently been recognized that the Earth's green lungs has an important role in our planet's climate, so we need to protect this common heritage of mankind. This gave the idea to create Masoala National Park in Madagascar, which protects 2,300 square kilometers of rainforest and 100 square kilometers of marine parks. It has an exceptionally diverse ecosystem and provides an excellent opportunity to experience the unique flora and fauna of the island. This is one of the richest wildlife areas on Earth, and within the park a great variety of ecosystems can be observed, from coral reefs to middle-height rainforests. The park also protects coastal forests, flooded forests, marshes and mangrove woods. The total flora is represented by around 2,500 species. In the conservation area, many mammals live, including 10 species of lemurs, but the patient viewer can see beautiful birds, butterflies, chameleons, geckos and frogs too. However, we cannot start our expedition without a guide who is familiar with the winding paths of the rainforest. The park is only open to visitors, accompanied by a professional licensed guide who shows us those interesting things which would remain undetected for the inexperienced viewer and let us in on the production of the jungle glass.
The green one, and we make that like spoon, like this. You can eat, we can drink the water with that.
Although at first sight the rainforest can seem to be mysterious and frightening, there is no real threat lurking. In Madagascar there are no big beasts and predators which could do serious damage to us. Only the otherwise harmless scorpion stings may cause some inconvenience. However, we usually only encounter these animals at night, and especially after rain, as they like dark and damp places. So if we want to see really fascinating wildlife and not get a so everyday taste of Madagascar, be sure to visit here. This peninsula is one of the last places on Earth where nature still prevails in its full glory. Aside from daytime and nighttime forest trips extended with beast or bird watching, it is possible to enjoy sea kayaking, scuba diving, whale watching or fishing in the park.